Hello, and welcome to the Pause for a Poem podcast. Where did this come about? Well, I'll tell you. I was recently gifted a little book, Manx Radio's Pause for a Poem, compiled by Louise Quirk and Alan Jackson. Names you might well remember, if you're old enough. I didn't know this book existed. I hadn't heard of the feature before. But when I flipped through it, it was a feature they ran for quite some time, as they say in the foreword. Hello, time for Pause for a Poem. 7 words that have greeted Manx Radio listeners every weekday morning over the last few months. They go on to say, when the idea was first conceived, little did we realise the tremendous response we would get to our request for poems. You will see as you turn the pages the abundance of talent in the island, from school children through all walks of life to elderly folk. These published poems are only a small example of this talent, and we have endeavoured to choose a good cross-section from literally hundreds of poems. Many hours have been spent in choosing those to print at this stage, but to those of you perhaps a little disappointed, don't lose heart. We're using all our persuasive powers to ensure further publications. I don't know whether there were any. Meanwhile, our sincere thanks to all of you who've sent in poems. Keep writing, and remember, once in a while, to pause for a poem. Signed Alan and Louise. I'm guessing it dates from the 70s. But I thought, wouldn't it be lovely to read some of them out again via a podcast? See if the people are still around there. Perhaps it was you. Perhaps it was your father, or mother, or grandfather, or grandmother, or great-grandfather, or great-grandmother, uncle, aunt, and all the rest. And perhaps you could send in a poem we could feature on the podcast as well. Let me know, howardkane@manxradio.com. But for now, let's pause for a poem, and we'll start off, as befits the book, at the beginning. Poems of the Isle of Man. Naturally, say Louise and Alan, we must begin our selection of poems with those about our beautiful island. The poems are about well-known places, and a few interesting ones concern the island life in days gone by, a Manx girl, and a poem from a Manx exile. This is just called Pause for a Poem, and it's from Joan Bennett, who we are told hailed at that time from 19 Bromett Road in Castletown. The family might still be there. Here's Pause for a Poem by Joan Bennett. When you listen to this ode of mine, you may think, how sad for a rhyme. But just listen, think, and ponder. Is it true poems bring joy, I wonder? Then let me make it quite clear what joy it brings to those who hear. Both Louise and AJ, who lend their voices to poems you send, think of the old and infirm, the blind and orphans too, whose joy it is to listen to the poems sent in by you. The blind, to them colour doesn't mean a thing. They picture to themselves the cars, roads, mountains, places, and joy love can bring. The old, no longer can they run around as in days gone by. Backs bent and lagging feet they have, but from them no sigh. Never feel sorry for the orphan, though no home has he known. What you've never had you won't miss, he will never feel alone. So if you think it's a sad rhyme, and better you can do, put pen to paper. Joy can be known then by the ones who listen to Pause for a Poem. Thank you, Joan. If you know Joan, if Joan's around, if the family of Joan's still around, perhaps let us know. Let me know, howardkane@manxradio.com, at the Pause for a Poem podcast. And if you've got another poem, you can update that, then let me know. I'll see you next time. Cheerio.